shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
It's a breezy start out there this morning. Those winds bringing in colder temperatures today. I'll show you what it will feel like.
A travel nightmare. London Heathrow Airport will be entirely closed today after a fire knocked out the power. Hundreds of flights disrupted this morning.
March Madness in the Triangle. The NCAA tournament comes to the Lenovo Center.
I've always been a Duke fan, but sharing it with your kids is totally different. So it's an awesome experience.
The excitement from fans this morning as the Duke Blue Devils prepare to hit the court this afternoon. Yes, college basketball reigning supreme here in Raleigh. Good morning, everyone. It is 4:30. Great to have you with us. We made it to Friday. I'm Renee Chu.
And I'm Jeff Hogan. Great to have you along here. Yeah, Friday of the first round of the second day of the NCAA tournament. I mean, fans from all over the country are here because of what this region is going to bring. Can't wait to talk about it today. Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center already feeling some of that wind out there.
Yeah, boy, really windy when I think all of us walked in this morning. We take a live look at Fitton this morning. We are seeing clear skies. Of course, we had that front come through yesterday with some rain. 47 degrees right now, but our wind out of the northwest is likely to cause that number to drop a little bit more as we head through the morning. Right now, our wind is out of the northwest at 9 miles per hour, so that's going to keep our temperatures cool today. 43 in Roxborough, 47 Goldsboro and Rocky Mount, 45 right now in Southern Pines. We take a look at the winds currently. We're gusting to almost 30 miles per hour in the Triangle, gusting to 31 in Rocky Mount and 17 in Roxborough. So it is windy out there, and we'll see those wind gusts continuing around the area until, say, mid to late afternoon. So expect it to be a breezy March day. Our temperature is much cooler this afternoon with highs in the low 60s. We'll take a look at the weekend coming up.
Elizabeth, thank you. Breaking news. A man is in the hospital after he was shot in the chest in Raleigh. Police say they are still trying to figure out where this shooting happened. They did tell us that the man who was shot is in stable condition and he was taken to WakeMed Trauma. This is an ongoing investigation.
And more breaking news this morning. An investigation is underway after a car crashed into a home in Johnston County early this morning. Police received this call just after 1 this morning. Video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker shows damage to the front of the home on Stevenson Road. No word on any injuries or arrests. State Highway Patrol is handling that investigation.
A traffic alert for drivers on I-40. A part of Airport Boulevard will close tonight through the weekend. It's to prepare for the opening of a new diverging diamond. So work will begin tonight at 10. Detours are in place for northbound and southbound traffic on Airport Boulevard. RDU traffic should use Aviation Parkway as an alternate route. The road should reopen Monday at 5 a.m.
I-440 eastbound is back open this morning. It was closed for this crash. Video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker shows a car flipped over right near the Melbourne Road exit just before 11 o'clock last night. Raleigh police say there were only minor injuries. The highway reopened just before midnight.
Today, the Madness of March will be alive in Raleigh as NCAA tournament games tip off at the Lenovo Center. WRAL's Eric Miller joins us live from the arena where all the action is happening today. Eric, fans are getting excited.
Renee, that they are. It's feeling a little bit more like hockey weather outside the Lenovo Center here this morning. But the good news is if you're attending one of the games that's going to be played here today, you got some time. It's going to warm up a little bit later. And there is nothing that is hotter than that matchup right at the top of the bracket board right there. Duke versus Mount St. Mary's. Duke, of course, in that #1 seed, ready to play their first game of this year's NCAA tournament. You take a look at some of this video here. It's already been a very exciting time for fans, folks who got to come out this week, watch Duke take the court for some of their practice rounds here as they were getting ready to launch into the tournament here. And maybe nothing more exciting for these fans than getting to see the man himself, Cooper Flagg, one of Duke's biggest stars this season, actually return to the court. Flagg was out there with no tape, no signs of any kind of visual injury. Keep in mind, he has been off the court since he was injured in that game playing Georgia Tech in the ACC tournament. Coop telling press he is feeling a lot better. He should be out there for the game this afternoon. Of course, tip-off for that one, that is going to be 2:50 this afternoon. We'll be watching very closely to see what happens there. In Raleigh, Eric Miller, WRAL News.
And UNC is looking to move on to the round of 32 today. The 11-seeded Tar Heels will play 6-seed Ole Miss in a South Region matchup today. That game is happening in Milwaukee. Tip-off is scheduled 4:05 this afternoon. And then the winner of that game will play the winner of a game between Iowa State and Lipscomb University.
The Duke women will be on the court today for their first round NCAA tournament game. They are a 2-seed in the tournament. They're hosting 15-seed Lehigh tonight at Cameron Indoor Stadium. Tip-off is at 8. Before that, Vanderbilt plays Oregon at 5:30. The two winners will play each other on Sunday.
That breaking news we're following out of Europe. The busiest airport in Europe is London's Heathrow Airport. It'll be closed all day today. This is part of the reason right now it's causing disruptions to flights all around the world. The airport is closed because of an electrical substation that you're seeing a live look at right now that caught on fire. That caused a power outage that airport officials call significant. More than 100 flights that were in the air at the time needed to divert to other airports. Heathrow says it'll be closed until midnight tonight. Analysts say this could directly affect more than 140,000 passengers today.
People in Durham are mourning a man who was killed after the car he was in was hit by a stolen car. 53-year-old Jermaine Clements died in that crash Wednesday morning. Police say the driver of a stolen car sped away from the officer. The driver raced through a stoplight on Durham Chapel Hill Boulevard and hit the car Clements was in. His friends are trying to make sense of what happened.
He was always uplifting. He was always a shoulder. It was nothing he wouldn't do for you. It's still a shock to my system that this happened and the way it happened.
Clements had been a driver for Go Durham, but he left that job because of health issues.
Today, the North Carolina Court of Appeals will hear a case that could decide who wins an open seat on the state Supreme Court. That seat has been in limbo since November thanks to election challenges. Recounts found Republican candidate Jefferson Griffin received more than 700 fewer votes than Democratic incumbent Allison Riggs. Griffin is hoping to change that result by asking the court to throw out more than 60,000 ballots that were cast in November in that race. He argues the state's voter database is missing information about them. WRAL state government reporter Will Doran says Griffin is focused on inconsistencies in state records.
They have a hyphenated last name and that hyphen got left out. Maybe the state government worker typing in their social security number accidentally typed a 2 instead of a 3. There are just plenty of reasons why people should and did provide this information, but it's just missing from that database.
And Griffin is suing the State Board of Elections for denying his request to throw out the ballots. A trial court has ruled that the ballots should not be thrown out. We'll have a report on the hearing from our NC Capitol team later today. You can look for updates on WRAL News from 4 to 7:30 this evening.
A bill that would allow most adults in North Carolina to carry a concealed gun without a permit is going to the House for a vote. It passed the Senate yesterday. The legislation would also lower the age to conceal carry from 21 to 18. Under the proposal, almost anyone who can legally have a gun can carry it concealed without training or a background check.
In a game that ended just after 1 o'clock this morning, the Carolina Hurricanes are in the win column once again. They beat San Jose way out west in California 3-1, getting that road trip started on the right way. It's the 8th win in a row for the Canes. They'll be back on the ice tomorrow afternoon playing the LA Kings and again Sunday in Anaheim against the Ducks.
Searching for a donor, a local coach is in need of a kidney transplant.
A lifetime of being thankful, for that person.
Hear from his family, who says he is running out of time.
Renewed push for release. Family members of Lyle and Eric Menendez call for their freedom. Why the district attorney says he is opposed to resentencing those brothers.
And this is a live look at downtown Cary Park. It is cold and breezy out there this morning. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner will tell us, though, how much we will warm up over the weekend.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
For 43. We're taking a look at 40s stepping out the door this morning. 47 in Wilson and Durham, 47 in Fayetteville. Wilson, of course, we check in on the whirligigs that are moving around. It was pretty windy when I walked in this morning. We're seeing some gusts up to around 30 miles per hour in parts of the region right now. Skies are mostly clear, though. We have the top of the tower lit in blue. We have had still just a few clouds passing by because of the front that we saw yesterday, but we should see some nice clearing today. That wind is going to move those clouds out, but it's also pushing some cool air in. So 40s almost across the board. 43 Lewisburg, 47 Fayetteville. It's 50 degrees in Goldsboro right now. Walking the dog this morning because it's breezy. It really feels chilly, and it'll feel cool all the way through lunchtime. Just 50 degrees. Highs will be in the low 60s this afternoon.
Today, Elon Musk will be at the Pentagon on an invitation from Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. The New York Times reported Musk will be briefed on the military's top secret plans if war were to break out with China. In a post to Truth Social, President Donald Trump called that completely untrue. Musk's visit, as the Department of Government Efficiency is encouraging the Pentagon to consider major cuts to the top of the military.
Intense storms caused severe flooding in parts of Oregon. The flooding was so severe over the weekend, it sent this RV sailing down the river. Crews are working on cleanup efforts. Some are working 24 hours a day to respond to weather-related issues. The Oregon DOT says it has been able to reopen some roads, but more work needs to be done.
Supporters of Eric and Lyle Menendez are doubling down on their push to get the brothers released from prison. They've been behind bars for more than 3 decades, convicted of murdering their parents in 1989. Outside the Los Angeles County District Attorney's office yesterday, ralliers there asked prosecutors to consider the brothers' claims of sexual abuse by their father.
A family that has suffered, a family that has endured, but a family that has also seen Eric and Lyle take full accountability for their actions.
Los Angeles District Attorney Nathan Hochman does not support the Menendez's release. He believes the brothers have maintained a decades-long lie that they killed their parents in self-defense. Days ago, he asked a court to withdraw a resentencing motion filed by his predecessor in October. A judge will ultimately decide whether to grant a new trial or a lighter sentence.
The Duke women will be on the court tonight for their first round in the NCAA tournament. They are hosting 15-seed Lehigh at Cameron Indoor Stadium. Ahead of the game, WRAL's Lena Tillett met with Duke head coach Kara Lawson for a one-on-one interview. She describes the secret to her team's success: unselfish players.
Find a group that is genuinely excited when good things happen or someone has a good game is special, and I think that just speaks to the character of the young women in our locker room.
Thanks for sitting down with me.
You can see more of Lena's interview with Coach Lawson tonight at 5:55 on WRAL.
A Wilson man is hoping you can save his life. Lee Underwood is a tennis coach at Barton College, and he needs a kidney transplant. Underwood has been a type 1 diabetic since he was a child. In 2020, he survived colon cancer. A year later, though, he got sick again. This time, doctors told him he was in stage 5 kidney failure. He does dialysis for hours each day before heading into work.
Everybody knows me as a tennis coach, and if I died tomorrow, that's probably what I want to be remembered as. So I don't want to be remembered with this.
Yeah, Underwood is on a transplant list along with about 90,000 other people. If he can find a living donor, he wouldn't need a spot on the list. To learn more information about the donation process and to see if you can help, look for this story on WRAL.com under the Health tab.
The CEO of the Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina is talking about funding cuts to USDA. Amy Barrows says over the past few years, the food bank has been fortunate to receive money from the government through the U.S. Department of Agriculture. They use the money to buy food from local farmers in North Carolina. That food, such as fresh produce and eggs, is distributed back to the community. Barrows says they now lost around $2 million in food purchase funding with the program being canceled.
It's going to be a huge impact to neighbors and the foods that they're able to get from us. It's also going to be that huge impact to farmers. Hunger is worse than it's been in 20 years. Right now, our need actually went up by 100,000 people last year. So there's like over 500,000 people in our 34 counties who are worried about being able to have a healthy meal each day.
Barrows says the loss of funding means more dependence on donations. March is a match month. That means anyone who gives money to the food bank right now will double the impact because of donors who are matching all of the financial gifts coming in.
Another Wawa is opening today in North Carolina. The store is located on U.S. Highway 70 in Goldsboro. It is the 10th Wawa store in the state, the second in Goldsboro. The grand opening is happening at 8 o'clock this morning. The first 100 customers will get a free T-shirt and coffee. 4:48 the time right now. Goldsboro hogging all the Wawas down there, right? Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center right now. We have enough breeze and cold weather to go around for everyone today.
We definitely do. We're going to start here in Raleigh. Just a few clouds lingering from yesterday as we had that front come through. What is also lingering this morning is the wind. We take a look at what's happening. 47 degrees right now, just a passing cloud or two. It stays chilly for a pretty good while. We're going to stay in the 40s really almost all the way up until around lunchtime. So real different feel for the day today, especially compared to what we've seen for most of this week where it's just been nice and mild. Our temperature right now in Rocky Mount is 47. It's 46 in Goldsboro, 45 in Southern Pines, and 43 up near Roxborough. But we're just going to hold right here in the 40s, as I said, for a while. Even with some sunshine, that strong wind out of the northwest keeps our temperatures much cooler today. Cary 45, Garner 45, Holly Springs 44, 44 degrees in Wake Forest. And we take a look at the wind speeds and gusts. We're gusting to 28 in Durham and Raleigh, 16 in Goldsboro, and 31 in Rocky Mount. So it's a breezy start out there. Winds are steady at around 10 to 15 miles per hour. And those gusts will continue to be at least 20 miles per hour, if not a little bit higher through the afternoon. So just keep that in mind. And we know what that means, too. Also, high brush fire danger. We saw some rain yesterday, but it wasn't very much. So that danger is still with us from the Triangle area westward. Around town today, 63 in Raleigh and Durham, 64 in Fayetteville. We'll see lots of sunshine, but it does stay breezy for much of the day today. We take a look at our pollen counts. And of course, it's high for trees, juniper, cedar, cypress, oak, and pine. And I've had a few viewers in our southern county say, yep, we're already starting to see that yellow pine pollen. Haven't seen a whole lot of it here, but I mean, any day here in the Triangle and northward. Our normal high is 64. So our high temperature today is close to normal. Will be warmer over the weekend with highs in the low to mid 70s. Should be a really pretty weekend for us. We're nice and dry both days. The wind should settle down a little bit. And then our next chance for rain is Monday. I'll show you how the drought monitor is looking coming up.
Bracket breakdown, busted NCAA tournament brackets across the country. The percentage of people who still have perfect brackets after last night's game.
Yeah, 0.09. What? Recall alert, the detergent recall you need to know about before your next load of laundry. Take note on your next load of laundry. Woolite is recalling more than 16,000 bottles of its Delicates detergent. The detergent was sold on Amazon in January. It could contain a form of bacteria that's often present in water and soil. It can infect a person by entering through the eyes or a cut in the skin. No illnesses have been reported.
You may think your NCAA bracket is already busted, but don't worry. Almost everyone got at least one game wrong on the first day. According to the NCAA, less than 0.1% of brackets filled out on its website are still perfect. On ESPN, a little more than 25,000 are perfect out of 24 million that were filled out. And that works out to only about 1/1000%.
It's tough to pick, I tell you. An Oscar-winning movie is getting a sequel. David Daniel has that in today's Hollywood Minute.
All right, who's in there?
I'm sorry. Welcome to the land of your ancestors.
Miguel?
We're your family. You're skeletons.
You're alive!
Pixar is planning a sequel to its 2017 hit Coco. Disney chief Bob Iger announced at the company's annual shareholder meeting Coco 2 is due in 2029. No word on a plot, but the original directors are on board. This is Walt Disney as you've never seen him before. These rare photos from the early 1920s are part of the latest Disney auction at Van Eaton Galleries. They're part of the estate of another animation legend, Bob Clampett. The auction takes place this weekend. More info at vegalleries.com.
Is it a prank? Is it a work of art? Is it a social experiment?
It was like this alternate
universe that's within the real world.
In 2003, 8 Rhode Island artists created a secret apartment inside Providence Place Mall and lived there for 4 years as both a work of art and a protest against gentrification. A new documentary, Secret Mall Apartment, reunites the participants and uses their home movies to show how and why they pulled it off. The film debuts this weekend. Locations and showtimes at secretmallapartment.com. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
If you recently took a flight from LAX to RDU, listen up. Someone on an American Airlines flight worked hard and had a nearly finished knitting project on that plane. A flight attendant found it when the plane landed and realized just how much work had gone into it during the cross-country flight. The sweater is now posted all over social media to find the artist. If it's you or you know the master knitter, call American Airlines customer service. They will have it waiting for you.
A grand opening celebration is happening this morning for the Drakeford Library Complex in Carborough. It is the largest public facility in the history of Carborough. That project cost $42 million to complete. The 3-level building is home to the Orange County Southern Branch Library and Carborough Recreation. The ceremony is happening at 11 o'clock this morning. It is open to the public.
New traffic pattern. Construction is starting tonight on a diverging diamond interchange near the airport. How this will impact drivers this weekend.
Dismantling the department. President Trump gives the go-ahead to eliminate the Department of Education. How this could affect families that apply for financial aid.
Excited for the madness. The NCAA tournament tips off tonight in the Triangle. Hear from fans who are ready to see their teams hit the court.